Hello, I am Lauren, and today I'm really excited to talk about this new beauty launch from Merit Beauty. I have been eagerly awaiting doing this video, mostly because my order came in a lot of separate boxes. They had some issues with this initial launch with their shipper, supplier, whatever, getting the items out, and they all came in individual boxes over the course of multiple days. Which they sent out an email and like apologized for this, for like the number of boxes and stuff like that. But the irony is that like each individual little product here was in like a giant box, and it says less is more. And my husband walked past like a stack of boxes with like one product in each thing, and he was like, really? Less is more? Okay. I'm sorry, Merit. I have to just kind of crack at that because it was actually pretty funny. They apologized though. It's not super eco-friendly. It happened. Things happen when a new brand launches. It's just part of it. You know, just it is what it is. Anyway, I'm really excited about this launch because I've kind of been following Catherine Power's journey on her launches. She is the founder of Who What Wear, which is an online publication. They also have the clothing line Who What Wear in Target, which you may have seen. They have really cute clothes. She also is the brainchild behind the skincare line Versed, which is in Target. And also she co-founded Aveline Wine with Cameron Diaz. So Catherine Powers is a businesswoman. She is smart. She is savvy. She makes beautiful stuff. And so when I heard she was launching a makeup line, I was very excited about it. So I've been eagerly awaiting this. Let's jump right in. So we're going to start with their Minimalist Stick, the Perfecting Complexion Stick. This is designed to be like your foundation, concealer, kind of all in one. You can see I've got some redness today. I've got dark under eye circles, this little guy on my cheek. Let's see what this can do. It also came with a brush, which you can tell I've already used it. Since my order came in multiple shipments, I've been testing out some of the products like as they've come in. So I was able to kind of start forming opinions before doing this full review. Now this product, you can see, it's pretty high coverage like a concealer, but it blends out really nicely like a foundation. It's a pretty unique product in that way. I haven't really used it on my face. I just kind of swatched it on my hand. This one actually just arrived today. So this is like a live demo of the product. I've never used it. I'm starting with a very well moisturized face though, and that blended out really easily. And it kind of gives you just that nice even coverage, skin-like finish. Okay, let's see with the under eyes here what this can do. This whole line is designed to be like the quick face, like the you but better kind of look. And the products that I've tried so far, I definitely have some opinions. I like some more than others, and I'll explain more of that later. But one of the things that I did get early on was this brush. And I have to tell you, this brush is fantastic. The shape of it could not be better. I've got a couple of like kind of angled domed brushes like this, but the reason I like this one so much in particular is you can kind of get up into these creases and corners really easily and use the side of it almost like a really flat foundation brush, and then you can kind of sweep. And the way that it hugs through here is different than some of my other brushes that I have, and the bristles on this, you can see they've got some flex. So you really get an even quick blend of product. And I've used this with like a liquid foundation, and this is my first time using a cream with it, which is their product, but I actually really like what that did on my skin. I'm gonna go and conceal a little bit more around my nose, a little more under my eyes, just kind of where I get some kind of redness. But that's pretty darn impressive. It has a really nice coverage. It's really lightweight feeling. It's just kind of a second skin product, which I really like. I also am highly impressed by the amount of shades that they launched with. I'd have to check again, but I'm pretty sure it was like 20 something. And it was a very diverse range of shades, which I love to see. If you've watched some of my other videos, you may know that that's like my biggest beef with like luxury brands, is that they're not inclusive. And this, like, they had some of the most beautiful, like, dark-skinned models. Like, their promo photos for the launch of this were incredible. So like kudos to you, Merit. Like you've blown me away in that way. I really like this. I really like how that made my skin look. It was really, really easy to put on. I don't feel like I needed to use a ton of this product. The one thing I'll say is like, if you look at this, that's a very tiny amount of product. And I want to say it was like 0.13 ounces. It's not like a ton of product in here compared to like if you buy like a 1 ounce foundation or something like that. I will say it doesn't seem like I needed a ton of it to go all over my face, but it's a very tiny amount of product. I can't remember the exact cost of that. I'll have to look it up and put it up there later. Now we're going to use the cheek color in Beverly Hills. So this packaging kind of reminds me of something like from Milk, but it's the purpose of the shape of this is so you can just go like that. And I actually really like that. And I think you could probably use the brush for this as well. I don't know, we'll try that. Normally I would do like a cream blush like this with my fingers so I don't muck up my foundation brush. Yeah, I just like applying that with my fingers better, but for uniformity's sake, we'll do it on this side too. I thought this was a really pretty color though. It's kind of a peachy, pinky kind of color. And I like something with a little bit more warmth on me personally than something cooler. I just think it looks nicer on my skin. They did have another color that was a little more pink than this that I considered trying, but you know, I'm gonna stick with what I know I like. Very pretty, easy to blend, and this is like their cheek balm color. I like that. It goes on really easily and it gives you a really pretty flush. It does seem like it kind of picked up a little bit where I've got that little spot, so we'll just kind of go back and spot conceal. That is kind of the nice thing about how small and pointed that is like you can get some good detail work out of it. Okay. I'm debating. I'm gonna set my face just very, very lightly with a little tiny bit of powder through my T-zone. They don't have a powder. I don't think their line is really designed to be one that you would like really set down. I think it's just meant to be so quick and fresh, but I just like a little bit of powder, so I'm gonna use some powder on my face. And they also don't have a bronzer. I'm pretty sure you could use like one of their deeper shades to kind of contour with and stuff, but I'm just gonna use a little bit of a powder bronzer as well to just warm up my face because I'm very, very pale right now. And I like to look a little more sun-kissed. I think it just brings some really nice warmth and dimension back to my face. All right, and we're back in business. Okay, moving onward. So this is a product that I've been trying for the last couple of days that I've actually really loved, and it's their highlighter in the shade Cava, their highlighting balm. So it's like this giant domed product, which kind of mimics the blush. To give you a size comparison here. This though, this is like the kind of highlighter, if you're someone who doesn't want like a super sparkly, glittery kind of highlighter, you just want it to look like really radiant, fresh skin, this is the one. It is like so beautiful. It's so easy to apply, and it just really kind of wakes up the face with a little bit of radiance and glow without being like super glittery. I actually really love this, and I feel like it just continually looks really nice on the face throughout the day. I really, really enjoy this product. And I have kind of found too, like over the past, I don't know, a couple of years, I've kind of just started to realize I really like a cream highlight more than a powder. I'm not a powder highlight girl. I want it to look like my skin is glowing, not like there's shimmery product on my skin. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is beautiful to me. I love that. I actually want to put on a little more blush. Yeah. That's better. Maybe if I blend it out, it would be a little better. Kind of the theme I've found with their skin products is that they're all kind of dewy and radiant, but not in like a greasy way. They're all just really flattering on the skin, and I'm a huge fan of how that looks. especially as I'm getting closer to 30. I will be 30 this summer. I really like products that don't look dry. I don't like things that get chalky and subtle and fine lines. And I just find that this kind of like dewy radiance just looks so much more youthful and flattering on my skin now. Okay, now I'm actually gonna throw a little bit of bronzer on my eyes because they don't have like a eyeshadow or whatever. I'm sure you could use like their cheek product on there, but I just want a little bit of extra definition. So again, like I would do this on a normal day. Even though it's not part of their line, I would still add something like this in. Okay, very quick. Love doing that. Just taking your like bronzer, like a powder bronzer, popping it all over your eyes and a little bit underneath. I think it can just bring a little more dimension to your eyes, and I think it can be really flattering on a lot of different eye shapes and eye colors. I think it's just that little extra zing. Okay, now we have three more products. Yes, 3 more products, sorry. Okay, so they have a brow product. It's a brow gel, and it's meant to mimic like the classic like fluffy 80s brow, which I'm all about. I've really let my brows kind of grow in and fill in. So I'm embracing whatever this is that they do on their own now. What I thought was interesting when I opened this up earlier, you would think this side would be the cap. No, no. The long side is the cap and the wand. The short side is the product. It's a little reversed from what my brain associates with product. But this is their blonde shade. And I'm gonna kind of go backwards to, I hate how that feels. But it builds up some really nice volume in your eyebrows to do that. And since this is meant to be kind of a fluffy brow product, we'll do that. That's really nice. It actually like stands it up. This little wand is pretty nice size. It's maybe a little bit thicker than I would like. I think if you were someone with really, really thin brows, you might not like how thick that is compared to your brow for precision's sake. But it also, this doesn't seem like the kind of product that is depositing a ton of color onto my brows. It seems like there's just more of like a light tint than being like a hardcore, like, oh, I hate how that feels, a hardcore colored product. It feels very light though, and almost kind of like moussey. I'm on board though. Like, I like that. My brows tend to be a little patchy in spots. I think a lot of people deal with that. Let's see if I can do this. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take the very tip of this and kind of drag it on the skin to kind of fill in sparse areas without needing to grab a pencil too. And usually I can get enough of a fill in that way. That looks really nice. Okay. We'll do that over here. You can see my brow gets like this real gappy spot right here. They kind of dip down on the tops of my tails. That sounds weird, tops of my tails. Kind of dip down a little bit and do this funky thing with the shape. I'm sure that this product is designed to be so much faster than I'm using it, but you know, we've all got our thing and I want my brows to look a certain way, so. But I actually like this a lot. I think that's really pretty. It gives them a little bit of hold. They do look really fluffy and voluminous, and I'm here for that kind of look. Honestly, I probably could have gone a little bit darker on the brows, but I don't like my brows to look really severe, especially now that I've gone darker with my hair. I just don't like having like big and really dark eyebrows when I'm so pale. It kind of seems off to me. So now we're gonna use their mascara. And this is described as like a tubing mascara. And I have to disagree. I don't think that it's a tubing mascara, and here's why. So when you wash it off, you do get some of that like film form kind of property, but it also kind of washes off like a normal mascara too. It doesn't come off in tubes like the Thrive or Victoria Beckham Beauty. But anyway, so here's the mascara. I love this like square packaging. I think that is so chic and just different than a lot of companies right now. It's a very traditional shaped wand, and it's got regular bristles rather than being a silicone wand. And what I have found with this mascara, the wear is phenomenal. Like, it's on all day long, is not going to just like smear, smudge, come off, whatever. But I find that this particular formula is just very, very natural looking. It's kind of like the, you know, like the idea of your lash, but better. And like, honestly, it flows with the line. It flows with like what they're trying to create of like kind of like a 5-minute face. But personally, I like more drama on my eyelashes than this. Like, that's very pretty, right? But that's not my lashes. I want lashes that are gonna like touch the moon, okay? So I'll show you. You can build this up. And you know, it's pretty. It wears nice, but I don't know that I would repurchase it again. That's just very, very honest, very candid. After, you know, wearing it for a couple days, I'm just not like in love with it. I do love how it wears, but I wish that it had more drama than it does. That's just kind of my personal thing. I will say I do like that you can build this mascara up. You know, some tubing mascaras, like traditional tubing mascaras, you really can't go back in with another coat. But again, this is not like a true tubing mascara, in my opinion. And as you could see in that picture, you do get kind of that smeariness of a traditional mascara washing off. And then almost like a crumbliness too. It's a film form mascara, not a tubing mascara. Okay, so the other thing I want to say about this mascara in particular, normally if I actually did pretty good today. Normally if I bump my skin and I end up with mascara on my skin, either on my brow bone or underneath, I will wait until the product is dry and use a spoolie to dust it off. It doesn't work with this mascara. I don't understand what it is, but like once it's on the skin, it clings on for dear life. I've found that using a Q-tip works a little bit better to remove it, but like it's just really hard to get off of the skin if you make a big mess. And I just haven't really run into that with other mascaras. So yeah, it's pretty. Do I love it? No. But I'll wear it. Like, it's a great, like, you know, out and about mascara. It's not going to go anywhere on me. But would I repurchase it? Probably not. Okay. The last item that we're reviewing from their initial launch is their lip oil. And I got this shade Marrakech. And it's, again, beautiful, kind of a peachy kind of color. I thought that that would work really, really nicely with Beverly Hills. And I do like how they look together. Let me put this on. So it looks beautiful. I have no complaints. I love the color. I love the initial look. But it's a little thin and slippery. And I really prefer a plush, balmy texture on my lips. This, because it's a tinted lip oil, this type of product on me just does not last for a long time. It wears for like an hour. The one thing I will say that's really special with this one is it actually leaves a really nice kind of tint to my lips, and they feel really moisturized, and like I feel like it, but it just kind of sinks in. It doesn't like stay glossy like this, and it doesn't stay like super, super moisturizing and balmy feeling, which is what I love in a lip product. Do I think that there's a market for people who love tinted lip oils? Absolutely. I'm just not that person. I love the color. I just wish that it was longer lasting than it is. But compared to some other lip oils that I've used in the past that dry my lips out, I like this one. For a tinted lip oil, for what it is, I like it. Would I repurchase this and like the mascara again? No, it's not because they're bad products. They're just not, they don't perform in the way that I want my products to. Like, I want the biggest eyelashes possible. This mascara is much more natural looking. I want a really cushiony lip color that borders between a balm and a gloss, and this just doesn't have the staying power that I look for in a lip product. I will say They knocked it out of the park with their skin products, though. I think that the Skin Tint Foundation, whatever this is, Perfecting Complexion Stick. I think this is incredible. I love how that looks on the skin. It's really beautiful. It's really natural, and it was really easy. The highlighting stick, which I have played with for a number of days now, absolutely love. So radiant and beautiful without being glittery and in your face. And this like cheek balm color, I like this a lot. I think that the application is kind of unique. I don't really have anything that looks like a little pot with a dome on the top of it. Like that's a new kind of application for me. But I really enjoy this a lot. Their skin products are beautiful. Like I mentioned earlier too, this brush, the shape of it, the way that it can hug into the curves and it blends things out so quickly, and it's got a good amount of flex to the bristles. I like how it feels in the hand. It's not a humongous brush, which I also appreciate. If you've watched my brush videos, I like short brushes. So I feel like you can just get more control when you're working on yourself. Overall, for a first launch, the fact that I liked as many products as I did, like out of the whole collection, that's pretty good. And they also send you this cute bag that you can reuse, and they give you washing instructions. I believe it says like it was wash in cold and let line dry, but like a cute little bag too. I tried to match to my outfit today. Please tell me you appreciate that. I've definitely, worn some of these products around for a couple of days, so I have pretty solid opinions on the highlighting stick, the lip oil, and the mascara. As for like the blush and the complexion correction stick and the brow gel, I haven't really worn those around yet. This is kind of a first impressions of those. So I'm gonna wear these around and we will check back in tonight when I go to wash all of this off. Okay, so here we are for our end of day check-in. You can see I am very dewy, which is totally normal for me. But what I want to highlight and show here is that things are not really like patching apart and separating, which is a really big deal, especially if you are someone like myself who tends to get pretty oily as things wear on for the day. The other thing I want to say, because I was curious how this would work, is like my daughter and I were playing and she bumped my makeup and kind of smudged under my eye. So I took the complexion stick and I just kind of touched up a little bit, and it didn't get all cakey or chunky or weird. So I was really happy with that. Also, I still have some blush on, surprisingly, and my cheekbones are nice and dewy still. I mean, obviously, like I'm all dewy at this point, but I still have a nice glow through here. That's not an area that tends to be real oily on me. So you can definitely still see some of the glow there, and it's just a very subtle shimmer, which I really like. Mascara held up really well. The brows look pretty good. The lip product was gone within like an hour and a half. That's one of those things that it just doesn't stay on my lips very long, and I have to reapply a lot to maintain it at the balmy level that I personally like. Overall, I think that Merit's a really, really great launch. I absolutely love that brush. I think it's incredible. I really love the complexion stick, the blush, the highlighter. I would probably skip the mascara. I would skip the lip oil. Those just are not my personal preference. They're fine. They're good products, but I have other things that I like quite a bit more than those. And the brow product I like too. I thought it was a little bit wider, like thicker than I probably personally like, but it's a good product and it looks really nice on the brows. So overall, very happy with this launch. Looking forward to seeing what else that they have coming in store. I hope that this review and tutorial was helpful. If it was, please give it a like and a thumbs up. This helps other people to find my channel, and I can continue to bring you these kinds of reviews and tutorials. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.